It looks like the new Tesla truck. Yeah, he's cold and white, like my ex. That's a fish. That's a fish, Andrew. Big fish, nice fish. There he is. No way. Oh, dude. Oh, hey there. Didn't see you there. I was just out here gazing upon this beautiful fishing pond and this not so beautiful day in January. Dreary, nasty, cold, disgusting. Got the main man Andrew back there.
Yo.
He is not cold, dreary, and disgusting. It's the exact opposite. He's bright, vivid, full of life, full of love. Today I have a very special video for you ladies and gents. So about a month ago, and it's funny because Andrew was actually helping me film that video as well. About a month ago, I went to every single fishing store in my town that I live looking for the most expensive bait casting reel, or fishing reel in general. Andrew, do you remember that?
I sure do.
Now we ended up with like a $300 Shimano reel, which was the most expensive that I could get where I lived.
It's a bad little bitty.
Yeah, it was bad. I've been using it ever since then. It's a great little reel. However, since then, I've been kind of thinking like $300, like that's expensive to a lot of people, including myself, but I felt like I could do better. So I got on Amazon, which is the place where you can get just about anything. And I started looking for the most expensive fishing reels just on the internet, period. And I found all kinds of stuff. I found like deep sea fishing reels that were like $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. But I kind of narrowed my search to bass fishing. Although it would be really fun to buy a $1,500 saltwater reel and test it in a pond like this, I felt like a bait casting bass fishing reel would probably be best for me and my audience. So I think I have found the most expensive bass fishing, that's the caveat, bass fishing bait casting reel, and I have it right over here. Now before we unbox it, it cost roughly $500. It was $499.99. But I'm a Prime Amazon member, so I didn't have to pay for any shipping. But, you know, it was right at $500. Now that is the most by far that I have ever paid for a fishing reel. I am really hoping it's worth the money. We've got the Shimano Metanium DC XG thing. Don't know what any of those words mean, any of those letters, DC, XG, have no idea. But what I understand is this is like the Cadillac of fishing reels. Are you ready to see this, Andrew?
Show me, dude.
This thing, like I don't even want to I want to be like extra careful because this thing costs a lot of money and I do not want to scratch it. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm so
ready. Oh, here we go. Got a little handbook. Not gonna be needing that. Got some plastic. Not gonna be needing that either. Oh, I can see it, I can feel it.
Ooh.
Oh God, stuck. Oh.
Dude.
Oh, the trash. No, we don't litter around here. There we go, guys. It looks like the new Tesla truck. It's got a letter for the brakes. Wow. Oh wait, no, those are numbers. 3. That looks like an A. I'm an idiot. That is an A. That's an A, right?
Yes, sir.
That's not a number, but then there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's a lot about this that we're gonna have to figure out. But it is a specimen on par with the Mona Lisa herself. So what we're gonna do with this bad boy right here, we're gonna do with this what we always do when we buy like the most expensive of anything. We're gonna test it out. We're gonna see as best as we can in a couple hour period of time whether or not something like this would be worth the price tag that comes along with it. So we've got a nice little regular rod right here, 7'3", medium heavy, fast action, pretty much what I use most of the time. We're gonna throw some line on it and we're gonna throw some lures around. Hopefully catch a fish or two, test out the drag, test out the casting, how it feels in my hand, and just overall give it my thoughts. This is not gonna be a boring review. This is gonna be a straight up hands-on messing around type deal because with stuff like this, I don't wanna be too serious about it. I just wanna play with it and get to know it a little bit. Don't mind how messy my truck is. Me and Andrew are filming some vids and, you know, I mean, just overall just having a good time. We're not drinking and driving though, I can assure you. So I'm gonna put some 15-pound fluoro on there. It's just kind of like a good all-around line to me. I could have put mono on there, which is what I put on the last reel that I got. I could put braid on there, but you're kind of limited on what you can throw with braid. So I think fluoro, 15-pound, is good medium poundage, and I can throw pretty much almost everything on it that I want to. That should suffice. Got our little 15-pound fluoro on there. I didn't really tell you guys much about the reel because I don't know that much about the reel. I do know that it's an 8.5 to 1 gear ratio, which is really fast. And I ordered that one specifically because I've always been a big fan of the higher gear ratio reels. Just a personal preference, not something that really matters to me. I like it. All right, so we're all reeled up, ready to go. We need to make a lure decision. Now it's windy, it's cloudy, it's been a little cold. What do you think, Andrew? Like what is your go-to in this situation, lure-wise?
Anything slower.
Slow, maybe a jig,
Yes,
drag
sir.
a jig, Texas rig, Ned rig.
Oh,
That would be really tough to cast on a bait casting reel. That might be something that we could test later on in the video. Why don't we let's put a jig on there first. That will kind of get, you know, that big heavy lure out of the way, because we know a reel is going to be able to just chuck a freaking jig.
dude,
But we'll work our way smaller as we go.
for sure.
Now, Andrew, I'm familiar with how tension works on these reels and how the drag works, but what I'm not familiar with is why there's an A on the side of this reel. I mean, look, where the magnetic brakes would be, there's an A right there. And now there's a 1 through 4 as well, and open, which we definitely don't want to start off with. Why don't we start with a solid 3, since we don't know what A is? I guess that's like maximum, maybe?
Or auto, I don't know.
This is way too high-tech advanced for me. So we're gonna take the old little black and blue jiggy jig right here. Should be good for this dirty water. I do want to flip in this wood rope. Oh, wow, that was cool. First cast. Oh, it made the sound. It made the noise. I just flipped it. I just wanted to flip into this wood. That's one thing about this reel I did not mention, is that it makes a noise. We'll talk about it in just a second. Let's just go ahead and make a cast, Andrew.
Get it in, dude.
All right, guys, you ready for this? Listen to this noise now. Oh my goodness. That is so cool. Big shout out to John B, because he was the first person that I ever saw using this reel. And I remember hearing that sound on his video and just thinking to myself, I don't know what reel that is, but that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. And now here we are holding one, casting around on it. Could not be more excited about this. Flip this little tree right here. I just might cast this thing all day. If it's just gonna make noise like that. Ooh. Ooh, I got one. Oh, I yanked it out of his
Oh
mouth.
my gosh.
Bro, we're over here loving on the reel so much we're forgetting that we're actually fishing. Dude, he freaking nailed it. That was a thud. Like, I felt that on slack line. Kind of feels like a bad omen that my first bite on the new reel I miss and lose the fish. Kind of don't like how that feels, but you know, let's try to rectify that. Oh, he got my claw. Are you still rolling?
Yes, sir.
Bro, he got my claw. That little sucker. Look at him. He ate my claw, half my claw. Man, now it's personal. Now I gotta get him. Oh, that's him right there. That's gonna be him. He went back in that tree to hide. All right, should we open the brakes a tad?
Oh, be careful.
Yeah, this is gonna cast all my line off of it. I bumped it down to 2, so let's see how that goes. Whoa. That was like effortless cast. I didn't even like whip it, and it went that far. Like, that's what, 50 yards?
That's insane, dude.
I didn't whip it at all. That was, because I'm afraid to whip it too hard and it's gonna get going too fast. Whew, that feels like about as low as I want to go on the brakes. I'm just not one of, I don't have good thumb discipline, so I need to make sure I stay on top of things. That's pretty impressive. This is not a big jig either. Like, this isn't like a half-ounce freaking casting jig. You know, this is like a little 3/8, if that. This is a smaller jig, smaller trailer too. Very impressed with the ability to cast it far effortlessly. I could see how, like, if you were in a tournament or if you're somebody who fishes all day and you have to make like 1,000 casts a day, you could see how something like this that makes the casting a little bit more effortless would be something that you would want. So we took off the old jiggy jig. We did get the one bite, but I just don't think that's the play right now. Let's try a little Texas rig. Now this is gonna be a little bit lighter than the jig we were throwing. It's a smaller tungsten weight. And it's a smaller just overall lure. So this should be a little bit more challenging for the reel. Hopefully it handles it decently and we can catch a fish on this. I'd say it handled it just about as well as it did the heavier lure.
Heck yeah, dude.
That was almost smoother somehow. Don't know how that's possible, that it could be any smoother than it has been. Maybe I'm just getting used to it more with my thumb. A lot of different things that could be happening here. One thing's for sure, I am slowly falling in love with this reel. And the sound that it makes. That's certainly helping my love for it. I got a fish, boys. Yep,
Ooh.
got him. Oh, you said ooh like it was gonna be a big fish, didn't you?
I saw that rod bend.
Well, it bent so hard because my line was like laying over tree branches over there. Look at this freaking guy. Look at this guy. Those are the guys that'll hook you right there. Oh my God, the hook fell out of his face. Boom. First fish. Would have hoped to catch a little bit of a bigger one for my first fish ever on the Shimano Metanium Beast DC XG BDA. Yeah, one of those guys. Thank you, my friend. That was a predictable fish right there. He was right off the edge of that tree out there. My line was hanging over the tree, so it made old Andrew, my Mandrew, think that I had a beast on there.
How'd it feel cranking it in?
Felt really good, you know? Obviously a fish that small, I mean, I got a real good hook set on him. And it's almost like the tension of the rod just like yanked him out of the water. The reel handled fine. I mean, small fish like that, you would not expect any reel to have any trouble at all. Even like a cheap reel, you wouldn't expect them to have trouble with that. The one knock on these Shimanos, I'm glad we brought this up. One knock on the Shimano brand as a whole is that they don't really have a lot of drag. Like I think this particular one has 11 pounds of drag, which by today's standards is actually kind of low. Now there's a lot of reels with 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 pounds of max drag. So I don't know how that would affect the longevity of a reel like this. Maybe some of you Shimano guys out there can let me in on it. Like does it wear out over time? Does it cost you fish, like a big fish? I don't know. Never used Shimanos. Oh, I got another fish as I'm talking. Oh, that's a better one.
Ooh.
A little bit.
Dude, the Texas rig on him.
He's chunky. He's chunky. Come on, bro. Look at how feisty these fish are, dude. Okay, you can stop now. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Right at the top of the mouth again. These guys were going literally nowhere. Top of the face. Yeah, he was not going anywhere. Okay, well, not that much better, but a chunky, much a thicker fish for sure, because he felt like it when I caught him. Thank you, buddy, for participating, although I was talking. That was really rude of you. It's okay, I still love you. Yeah, so I think I was talking about drag or something like that, but you guys let me know, you Shimano experts out there, because I am certainly not one of those. Let me know how that affects the reel over time. Last lure that we're going to throw is the old jerky jerk, the little Guggen Squad Scout right there. And I don't know why, I just wanted to throw like a moving bait. You know, we threw the Texas rig through the jig. This one's pretty light too, not a really heavy lure. I just feel like with this cold water, this thing might get munched like immediately. Don't you think so, Andrew?
I hope so.
Yeah,
I'm here for the Sallies.
Sallies? What does that mean, a big bass?
Big old fat girl.
I'm about to catch one for you right here, dude.
Thanks.
Just leave it to LOJO. There he is. No way. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. That stickfish got me going a little bit. Felt like a, what do you call it, a Sally?
Yeah,
Felt like a Sally for a hot second. But it was more like a sticky. That's what it was. If on the off chance that that's a fish. That's a fish, Andrew. Big fish, nice fish. Come on, buddy, don't dive in. Oh, he's not big, but he's gonna, no. Ah!
Nice, dude.
Woo, he kind of came out of nowhere, didn't he?
Sure as heck did.
Oh my goodness. Touch that fish, dude, how cold that fish is.
Dude, jeez.
Cold.
White.
Yeah, he's cold and white, like my ex. Don't you thrash. Don't. He's like, I want to thrash and hook you with this stupid hook you've got in my mouth. All right, one on the jerk bait. How long have we been fishing the jerk? Ow. Jerk bait. I hooked myself. He didn't even hook me. Thought it was a nice fish because he burrowed into the grass immediately upon being hooked. Biggest one of the day, not a big fish. Right into the grass. Okay, well, I was starting to wonder how long it was going to take for the jerk bait to get bit. I thought we would have got bit right away, as cold as it's been. Oh God. All right, so that's a situation where a fishing reel is actually having to do some work. That thing had to like drag him out of that grass right there. Did a great job of it. Didn't have any problems. Watch your head, Andrew. Ta-da! Did I get close to you?
Yeah.
My bad. So yeah, the reel performed really well. 2 thumbs up from your boy LOJO. It's casting the jerkbait just as well as it's casted everything else, so no concerns there. Haven't had any issues with it. I'd like to see how that 11-pound drag would fare against like frog fishing in some pads, or maybe like flipping a Texas rig and flipping a punching rig into some mats in Florida. I'd like to test the drag against that, but everything else that I can see is checking out just amazingly. All right, that is it for the Shimano XG Metanium DC. I think I said that out of order, but I think that's okay. Watch that ant bed!
Oh my.
Oh, look at that freaking ant bed. Show them the ant bed you
Jeez.
just massacred.
I killed them all.
You better check your foot, man.
I was quick.
Oh no, I can see there's one on you. Look at that, there's one right there.
There's
I
only
just
like,
slapped him with a rod.
there's like 10.
You good? You get bit?
I mean, it's burning, but.
I mean, it hurts, but you know.
Dude, why don't you not stand next to it? How about that?
That's probably a good idea. But yeah, that's it for the old reel video. You guys wanted to see another most expensive item, and so I figured, hey, this is like literally the most expensive fishing reel I could find for bass fishing. Like I said, there are some saltwater reels out there that are much more expensive. And if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section. Or if there's just another item in general you guys want to see, cheapest, the most expensive, whatever. I'm always down to try new stuff, and this was actually a lot of fun. It was really enjoyable hearing that thing make its noise.
Oh my gosh.
Really cool. I enjoyed it. I've heard the noise in YouTube videos before, but I've never actually heard it in real life. Never held it while I was making that noise. It's a great reel, super smooth. I mean, I'm gonna have to be honest with you guys about something real quick. I don't think I would pay $500 for this. Now, I'm not saying this is not an amazing reel. I'm not saying that it's not worth it to somebody, but for me personally, my personality, now I realize I just bought it for $500, but if I was just a regular guy, I don't think I'd spend $500 on this. I think there are plenty $200-300 reels that are plenty adequate, and you know, they're not gonna have the cool noise, but I'm not paying extra $200 for noise. I'm sure there's features on this thing that make it to why it's so expensive, but for me, I'm just a regular guy. I don't think I'd buy it for that much. So you guys do what you want to do. I'll put a link to this, to the Amazon page that I got this from. If you want to check it out, you know, by all means, do it. Had a great time, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you smash the thumbs up button. Like I said earlier, the Shimano experts, get in that comment section, educate myself and everybody else watching this video on why this particular reel is so expensive. Finally, if you're new, make sure you smash that subscribe button. It's the red button right below the video. Click it, make it turn gray. Join the LOJO fam, the best subscribers on YouTube. Guys, I am getting out of here. On to the next outdoor adventure. Fist bump, I'm out.